What is up, everybody? Thank you for showing up. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of lag, so let me take off my background here. It seems to, when I lag, it takes up a lot of bandwidth. Let's see. Cool. Seems like it worked. So today we're going to be talking with the crypto homies. We got crypto homies in the house. We have Nifty Vicious. He's going to be talking with us about the crypto homies and everything that they got going on. If you guys have ever I know you've seen the homies back in the day. I used to collect them, get them out of the quarter machine. um, so check it out. Let's see if we talk to the chat really quick. Let's see who's in here. DNA, thank you for showing up. Realism Trip, what's going on? And we got De La Costa Concho, LMFG, crypto homies worldwide. That's right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Nifty Vicious, pronounce that right. He is the with the crypto homies. Here you go. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's going on?
Chilling, man. How's your day going?
Man, so good. So far, so good. It's been a long one. I had a space last night on Twitter till about 1:30 a.m. Started at 4 p.m. So we did a marathon and back at it at 7 this morning. You know how we do it. Keep
Oh
grinding.
man, yeah, man, that grind never ends, man. Dang. So you went from how many hours on the Twitter space?
Yesterday we did I was on yesterday for probably 13 hours
Wow.
in between all the different space I did. And today I ended up doing a bunch of special appearances on some spaces for people, and I hosted a couple. We actually did a reveal of one of our legendary 101 homies with the Doogies. I don't know if you know the
Okay.
Doogies, but they're a historical PFP project that came out before Basie, and so
Cool.
we did a official a reveal of the piece. So it was pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. So, uh, how about you give the chat just a little introduction? Tell us all about the crypto homies, man. Let us know what you guys got going on.
Well, so yeah, we're really stoked. The homies. I have a really rich, long history with the brand. I started a toy company back in '99, uh, and did figures, and ultimately ended up doing figures with Snoop Dogg. And one of the guys who was buying, there's the Doogie that we put out. One of the guys who we was one of my distributors for the Snoop figure, worked closely with Dave, and connected me to Dave Gonzalez, who was the creator of the Homies. And I was already a fanboy in 1998. I remember going to my one
Yeah.
of my partner's offices, and he had all these homies on his desk. I'm like, "Yo, what are those little toys?" And he's like, "They're homies." I'm like, "Homies? What are you talking about?" And I literally remember leaving his office, going straight to go get some cash, and went and bought like 30 of these little things. And ever since then, they've been like a part of my life. So when I started NFA with my partners about 18 months ago, we were super focused on fine art and photography, and taking some of my toy projects I had done in the past. I created some of my own IP, and building this company. And I was like focused on the homies, and I finally was able to get with Dave Gonzalez, who's the original creator and still the guy behind the homies, and went to him to talk to him about bringing the homies to the blockchain. And I was super grateful. He was totally open to it. Especially, he's a very protective of his brand. It started in the 70s, in Lowrider magazine. So really started in 0.0, as I call it. It was like literally in a magazine. It started as the Homeboys, and ultimately became the Homies. He started his company in the early 80s, and then by 98 he came out with the toys. So we were, and then 3 years later I put out my own toys with him, big 8-inch, 9-inch homies. So we met up, and I told him what was going on in blockchain and what we had in mind. And so we went for it. And my dream was really, looking at Vivi, which is a great company. They have a toy platform, digital toy platform, that's
Yeah.
that's on their own closed blockchain. Um, and it actually was a guy I used to sell my toys to out of New Zealand, and I saw what he was doing with collectible digital toys. And I was like, man, I want to be the first person to put out a collectible digital toy on the blockchain on Ethereum. and was really focused on the homies. So we decided to create this line based around the first 6 characters that Dave created as toys. So the 6 characters you see up on the screen now, these were the 6 characters that came out as little toys back in the day. It was his first series 1. And it's actually every other series after series 1 had 24 characters in it, but the first series just had the original 6 characters. And so we along with his son Anthony, who's a beast, he does all the artwork. You see all the 3D modeling. We created the line, and we built out what I think is an amazing roadmap. We built a really great community. Our community is the foundation of what we're doing. If it wasn't for the community, I don't think the project would have as much meaning. Even to me,
Yeah.
because I'm part of the community. I feel like I'm like, I'm an OG homie, and I always tell people, it doesn't matter where you're from, where you grew up, what color skin you are, what you believe in. Everybody was homies. It didn't matter. And when I looked at these characters, it reminded me of kids I grew up with, or kids you see around your own little hood. So we started to work on the project, and it's really developed into what you see now. Here we have about you know, uh, 90 different one-of-one legendary pieces. We're doing a lot of collaborations with different musical people, with different clothing brands, with different artists, with different influencers, and so I think we've developed something really unique. And I think our roadmap and the offering that we have for the community is something really special.
Yeah, these things are awesome, man. I seen a couple. Did I see some kind of bored ape design on their jackets?
Yeah. We actually, that's a collaboration with Snoop. It's Dr. Bombay, which is his board ape, and we did one with Champ Medici, which is Snoop's son. And we actually have a couple of other surprises. I don't know if you were familiar with a guy by the name of Lokes, but Lokes was somebody who was in our community and didn't know who he was until he finally kind of came forward and started to help us. And it turned out that his family created Lokes sunglasses. And so,
Oh,
and Loke sunglasses are like a staple in the homies community, right?
oh
So,
yeah.
so we're doing a special legendary piece with Lokes with his board ape, and we're also a lot of the pieces in our legendary collection actually are sporting Lokes. So if it's Smiley or Mr. Raza, they have glasses. You'll see that it has the little Lokes logo on the back side.
That's awesome, man. How many people do you guys have on the team right now? Was that
It's
all? This is all the team right here?
Yeah, we have a pretty extensive team. So these are the people you see here. Obviously, David Gonzalez, who's the creator. You have myself, Ronnie, and Diane. Me, Ronnie, and Diane were the original 3 people. We've had a business together for about coming up on 10 years. So we do in real life business, and then we brought in Jen, who's a marketing expert. She has a rich history in marketing for Fortune 500 companies and really tuned into the art world. We brought in Ziggy. Ziggy and I have been doing business for 20 years, and he's a pioneer in AR. He's been in the AR industry for about 12 years, and he's
Wow.
also involved in graphics. We brought in Reese, who is actually an artist I've been working with since 1994. He's an old school graffiti artist, and he's literally been with me since my first clothing company, and he actually created a lot of my designs for me. So he's been with me for the longest. We've been together 28 years already.
Wow.
And then Jim is another one of our partners. He's a 35 plus year attorney and specializing in IP. So he's been with us for a long time. And Jeff is our numbers guy who kind of helps us keep straight with what we're doing, with even working with us on our smart contracts to make sure that we're doing all the JSON files correctly, and making sure that all the information that goes in there is done correctly. Erez is a strategist who's been a partner of ours for the last 8 years or so, and he helps us with just high level strategy and coming up with marketing and working with us on our roadmaps. Caesar is the person I was talking about who introduced me originally to David back in the day, and he and I have been doing business. We've actually done other projects together. We created the Golo Man together, the Lowrider magazine
Oh, wow.
character. And then Anthony who's the mad scientist, the mad bomber. He's David's son. So he's like the next generation of of the homies. He's the heir apparent to the homies with his brothers and other family members. So we work with him really closely. Snoop, obviously, you can see that homie of Snoop was created in 2001. So Snoop was made a home when back in the day when we started with David. I was doing the Snoop toys, and we made Snoop a honorary homie. So he's kind of been part of the team forever. Ralph Sampson, he's a Hall of Fame basketball player, Houston Rockets, and just an all-around amazing guy. He's an advisor to the company as well, and we're actually doing a big project with him. He brought in a bunch of other Hall of Fame basketball players. So we have a whole thing we're doing with Ralph. PJ Bloom, he's a friend of mine. Again, we've been friends for way too long. Let's just say over 35 plus years, probably even longer. I don't want to give away my age, even though I look super young. Haha. But PJ is a legend in the music industry, and has been involved with everything in music. So he's involved with us. We have a lot of music stuff we're working on. Eliza is another one of our advisors. She comes from the TV and movie world. And then Adrian Miller, another old school music executive from the original days of hip hop till now, still killing the game. And so we put together this really strong group of people that work, we work really well together. It's important to mention outside of that team, we have a really amazing group of mods in our Discord, and also that have really stepped out into Twitter Spaces, and it's really a family relationship. We do Zooms together. I feel like I know these guys. They're just It's like we really are like homies for life kind of a vibe.
When I first saw this project, I think I came across it in a Twitter Space, and I was like, oh, cool, somebody made an NFT project copying the old school homies. And then I started reading more into it. I was like, this is the homies, but it's crypto homies. It's the same team. That's super cool. That is really cool.
We did it. People ask me, why did we call it the crypto homies? And there's a real good reason why. We wanted to make sure that we kept the heritage alone and let the original brand have its place. And under the crypto homies brand, it gave us that latitude to be able to do things that we couldn't do with the homies brand, because the homies are the homies, right? You don't mess with the characters. It's like messing with Mickey Mouse, right? So, and David has been so open, especially if you click on the legendary button there, you'll see what I mean. Here we took, Mr. Raza, and we did a whole series of Day of the Dead, which is really out of, and I say this in a good way, it's out of David's comfort zone. This isn't, I'm saying this is a lot different than his homie. So because it's under the crypto homies brand, it kind of allow us to do things that we probably wouldn't be able to do under the homies umbrella.
That is awesome, man. These things are great. So this is an ETH. This is on ETH, correct?
Correct.
And one of the most crucial questions: what is your guys' utility? What kind of utility are you guys rocking over here?
So our utility is kind of unique. So number one, we created a contract that I haven't seen anybody do. I know everybody talks about their contracts. They're doing something different. We're doing an ER721A, but the thing that's different about our contract is, number one, when you mint our Genesis piece, which is the piece that you saw there. They're signed, and it's a series of 4848. But once that contract is deployed, a second contract is deployed with an additional 4 figures from our standard or tag collection. So we have 2 other collections that we built at the same time. And so you get 4 out the gate, you get 4 NFTs.
Wow.
Okay. So, and really the spirit of our brand is collecting. This is different than most people are used to in the space. People who collect the homies, or people who are into the homies, know they like to collect them. They want to have the series. They want them all. So we really wanted to kind of live up to that kind of vibe. So we give 4 out the gate. You also get a if you hold the Genesis piece, which is the piece you see here, they're signed by David. Genesis piece, if you hold it, you get a free mint from Series 2, which is a generative collection. And you also get a free mint from Series 3. So
Wow.
you're pretty much getting 6 NFTs out the gate from the project. And then we took it a step further. We wanted a lot of utility to be tied to collecting. So we have different tiers of collecting based on the different rarities. So you see here it says OG, rare, medium rare, super rare, ultra rare, and legendary. So if you collect a series of, let's say, medium rare characters, a set of those, we're going to give you a bunch of utility, including extra mints from Series 1 and from Series 2 and Series 3. If you the first people to collect certain series will get a figure designed by Anthony and Dave, so they'll have a one of one that they'll have some input in creating. And then one of the things I'm super excited about is we created what we're calling the Lowrider Council. And the Lowrider Council are the hardcore people who are in the community, who are collecting, who are going to kind of be the voice of the community and help us make decisions moving forward of which characters to put out, what kind of events to do, what kind of fundraising events to do for our impact partner, which happens to be Homeboy Industries, which we're really passionate about. I don't know if you know about Homeboy. And I can get into that a little bit more later.
Okay.
And so those are the main utilities. You know, we feel that the value proposition is huge, and we know just from you know, the history of the toys and the history of all the different products that have been put out, the value of all those things go up. So that's kind of how we set out to do it. We don't promise you know, passive income or any of those other things. We really focus in on the NFTs that we're giving and the extra stuff we're giving from collecting.
That is awesome. Let me just take a quick second because I'm getting way behind on the chat. Say what's up to everybody. Athena Boom. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for showing up. Everybody in the chat, thank you for showing up. Dave Divvy. Hey, it's me,
What up?
DeFi Dave. Racket Club. What's good? What's up, Racket? How you doing? Armed to Fight You says, what's up, Racket? El Bono. Armed to Fight You. All right, all right. Everybody, thank you for showing up. I don't see any questions in the chat. Dope mint pack. They really are pretty sick.
What's up, Jesse? I saw one of our OG homies when you pulled up earlier, D Lokesta. He's one of our mods, and he's an OG.
D Lokesta?
Yeah, you would call them out earlier when
you D Lokesta. I probably said it all wrong.
That's him right there. D Lokesta.
What's going on? Thank you everybody for showing up. TX Tornado, he's another YouTuber. Just got his channel taken back a while ago, but he just got it back, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Realism Trip, thank you for showing up. Marty, sup homies? He said, sign me up. I want 5 legendary ones.
Let's go.
Racket Club, what's up, everybody? Fiverr, what's going on, buddy? And that guy, yo, what's cracking? So hey. Where can we mint these bad boys? When are they minting?
So we haven't made an official date, but we are right now. We're planning. It's going to be this August, so it's sooner than later. We had about 19 other legendary pieces that we decided to add to the mix, including the doogies we launched today that we showed, including we just did one for Apes Together Strong that we premiered a couple weeks back, and we have a bunch coming out. We have the one I mentioned that we're doing for Lokes and his sunglass brand. We have one that we're doing with a couple of other projects that we're super tight with, and a couple of surprises for the homies. So we're just literally finishing up these last legendaries we decided to add to the group, and then we're going to be ready to rock. So we're planning on August of this year.
That's awesome, man. Now I have to ask, because I ask these to all the NFT projects. Is the contract for the NFT, is it going to be audited? Is it in the works on that side of it, getting the NFT contract audited?
It's been audited by internally by different people that we work with, but we haven't taken it to a third party auditor.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I get this a lot too. Is there going to be any plans for like, because right now, when you mutate your NFTs, it's popular. So they always ask, is there going to be any mutations possibly in the future?
I don't want to give away all the secrets, but
Okay.
I can tell you that we have a lot of plans for series 2 and series 3. And one of the things I didn't mention is that these first 6 are what we call, digital collectible toys, right?
Yeah.
And right now Dave's already put out 14 series of these. Actually, there's 13 have been produced already. Series 14 is coming out soon, and he's already designed series 15. So there's over 300 homies. So our plans are every 3 to 4 weeks, we will be dropping more figures. So it's not going to be like a long tailed mint where people are going to wait. It's literally going to be like, hey, next week we're launching Clown Prince, and it's going to be available for 7 days. And whatever sold is sold. If you don't pick it up, it's going to go into our company repository. We'll use those for raffles, we'll use them for giveaways, and we'll use them for auctions. But yeah,
Okay.
our plan is to always have more figures coming out outside of our what we're calling our series 2 and series 3, which is, like I said, series 2 is going to be a generative 2D collection, PFP collection. And you get one of those when you hold, not when you mint, but when you hold your Genesis piece.
That's awesome, man. It's like six NFTs in total just
Correct. You get four
for
out the
starting out.
gate, and I have a feeling that when people see, we haven't put it on the website yet, but really close to mint, we're going to have a section on there that's going to show all the different series. I'll give you an example. We have a gold piece. If you happen to want to go collect all 6 gold pieces, you're going to get 25 free mints from series 2 and 25 mints from series 3.
Damn.
So we're gonna offer a lot of things for people to go collect them, and give a lot of hopefully people will go crazy for that and want to go do that. And we're hoping that's going to really put the floor price like crazy. We hope it's going to be through the roof, especially
Yeah.
on those limited 101s like the Day of the Dead, for instance. I think people are going to go crazy to try to collect all those.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. I mean, there's so much nostalgia in this one. This is really cool. Really attracted me to this project. We got Artifici says, Chaka, tell him to hit me up right away, please. I'm serious about 5 legendary ones at once.
Brother, my name's Nifty Vicious on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. Send me a DM. I'll make sure you're set, brother.
And if you, I got all the links to the Twitter. I got links to I believe
Discord and all that goodie.
the Discord. It's in the description there. You guys join their Discord, check them out. And we got my brother in the house. This is my real life brother. What's up, buddy? Thank you for showing up.
Oh,
And then
nice.
I like it when he pops in here. So I see the hat. Do you guys have a clothing, like a merch? That's sick, man. That's cool.
Yeah, has our little NFA look. This is actually one that we made for all the homies. So all the people all of our mods, all the people in our all the people that are part of our team have them. Yeah, we're going to be putting out a full merch store very soon. We're actually going to have, there'll be probably, it'll launch with just maybe a handful of items, but I think that it'll probably have over 100 different items, from backpacks to hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts. We're going to do a lot of stuff for kids, because a lot of the homies have told us, that their kids want to have, stuff for their little ones. So we'll have stuff for little kids. But yeah, we'll be launching the Crypto Homies shop will be open probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So it'll launch prior to our mint.
Cool, man. And you have official Darcy Donovan. What's going
Oh,
on,
what's up,
Sid?
Darcy? Nice. Darcy is everywhere. She's so amazing. She supports so big time. She's a legend in the NFT space. We're actually speaking at a NFT conference coming up at the at the beginning of August here in LA. What's up, Darcy?
That's awesome. Thank you, Darcy, for showing up. El Bono, I've got a question. Could you disclose some strategic partnerships that Crypto Homies has made so far? What is the value those partners bring to your platform?
Well, if you're talking about our legendary 101s, I think it's just about building community. So a lot of the projects that we've connected with are people that have been super supportive of the homies, and it's helped us build the communities and kind of build our community bigger, right? So whether it's the Doogies or it's Apes Together Strong, or it's any of the other people that we're working with. On top of that, we are working with people like Bored and Hungry, and I don't know if you're familiar with Bored and Hungry, but Bored and Hungry is a restaurant in, well, it's if you're familiar with Food Fighters, so we'll start there. Bored and Hungry is a restaurant in Long Beach that was opened up by a group of people that around a bored ape. So it was called Bored and Hungry, and
okay,
they've
cool.
kind of blown up. They actually just minted a new project called Food Fighters, and they opened. They did it at NYC at the NFT NYC. They had 3 trucks there. They had their Bored and Hungry truck. They just did a big deal with Snoop, so they had Snoop's Dr. Bombay's ice cream, and then they did a thing with Champ Medici and did a taco thing with him. So, for instance, this is Calypso, the one you're seeing right there. We made a deal with Calypso to use his music. So if you've seen a lot of our videos, actually, the music that plays on our website is a song called "Lowrider" or "No Lighter" by Calypso.
Yeah,
That was
and
one of our.
I wanted to play it too, but I was like, I'll probably get how YouTube is. They'll give me a copyright strike.
Yeah, it's funny because I wanted so badly to go and get that song by War, the Lowrider song, when I first started working on the homies, and I won't get into the challenges I had, but it was a massive amount of money they wanted for me to be able, because I just wanted to have music on the actual NFT, and
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to connect with Calypso through Adrian Miller, who's one of our advisors, and we did a deal with them with the approval from War and all the other people to utilize the music in our marketing. So as you can see, we got the rights to use the video, got the rights to use the music, and so
Oh, you have the rights to this music?
just for our marketing, not to put with the NFT.
Oh, okay.
Our NFTs are coming with music, so all the NFTs will have music attached to them. There's some surprises of the music that we're going to be featuring. So I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, I think that all of these relationships have just, number one, kind of expanded the universe and allowed more people to have eyeballs on these projects, on our project.
That's awesome, man. I just know Crypto Homies makes intense Twitter spaces
With Apes Together Strong.
with Apes Together Strong.
What's up? Yeah, we do a lot of stuff on with Apes Together Strong. We're sponsoring their spaces over the next. Well, we've been sponsoring for a little while now for my company, Non-Fungible Art. We're getting ready to launch our pass right now, and we're opening a venue in Las Vegas. It's actually an all year round venue, immersive and IRL spot, and so it's a 18,000 square foot facility dedicated to NFTs, art, and the culture.
So you NFA, right?
Yeah, non-fungible art. Yeah, if you click NFA, it'll take you actually. There you go. If you click on that, so that's our compound. That's the building. But if you click on the website, or if you click on the video link right below it, you'll see this is our pass. And this is really what the company's about. It's about collecting, experience, and connecting. That's our, like, 3 pillars for our company. And so this is our first mint. It's actually coming out in the next few weeks. It's our membership pass, and the membership pass, and you'll have to go through the website and kind of familiarize yourself with it, Chaka. But we have about 18 projects that we've already developed, as I mentioned. And what we're doing is we're offering this pass that comes with not only whitelist and with 4 NFTs from our various collections over the first 16 weeks. So every 4 weeks, we're going to do a free mint. But it also gives 2.5 year VIP access to our venue in Las Vegas. And so we're building out this 18,000 square feet of immersive gallery, immersive experience, IRL, retail store. We're going to have branded food trucks there around different projects. And so this is really like our baby. And this is what I call, it's gonna be the homies clubhouse, Crypto Homies Clubhouse. But in reality, it's a place for the whole community to come along. We have about 250 project partners that are all participating with us there. And so yeah, that's one of the big things we're working on right now.
That is awesome. So this is let's see what else you had. This is separate from, you got the crypto homies
Yeah, so
with it.
our company is called Non-Fungible Art, and the Crypto Homies will be our first official project that we launch.
Ah, I see, I see.
So that, yeah,
And
that's our company.
cool.
And
So the four NFTs, I'm assuming, will that be crypto homies, or is it not out yet?
those will not. Crypto Homies, this will launch this month. Crypto Homies will launch in August. But the NFTs that we're giving with NFA are actually 4 different NFTs connected to our various projects. Nothing to do with the homies.
Oh wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's one of our pieces right there. If you go down, you'll see this is actually, go down a little bit more, the Bowie. So that David Bowie is this David Bowie behind me that you see in
Oh
black.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's a famous photographer by the name of Marvin Rinig. And so we did a big we were working with him to take his, he was a famous photographer in the 70s and 80s and shot all the seminal bands in Los Angeles. So like even like Van Halen at the Troubadour, or Alice Cooper at the Whiskey, or David Bowie, Rolling Stones, The Who, and all those great artists. So we working with him and creating these dope NFTs. So one of the NFTs that will be given as a free mint is one of our pieces from our NFT Rocks collection.
And that's sick too. I like how they got how the art, how the graphics are moving there. That's badass.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're if you go down a little bit more, that's actually another photographer by the name of Matthew Belter, another part of our NFT Rock series, and that's Rob Zombie. So like I said, we spent a lot of time over the last 18 months really building out a strong roadmap, acquired a ton of IP, including which was my big focus, which was fine art. So this piece you're seeing here, the Coca-Cola, is by Steve Kaufman. He was the last protege of Andy Warhol, so he's considered one of the kings of
Wow.
pop art. And we happen to have the largest collection of Steve Kaufman art. We have about 2,500 pieces. And then we also have a really special collection of his that's made up of 80 superhero paintings. And those
Oh, that's
superhero
cool.
paintings are all one of one. And about 85% of them are signed by Stan Lee and the artist. So really
Wow.
cool. And I suggest everybody take a look at the website, get a vibe, look through it. You're going to see a lot of stuff we're doing. It kind of lays out our roadmap for NFA. And like I said, we'll be launching that this month. We literally just launched the website finally last Thursday. We were teasing it for a while. We were teasing kind of pictures of the compound. But we finally put up the website last Thursday. We're going to mint this month, and then we're going to go straight into our homies mint. A lot of projects that I respect and love, I see them making moves where they do things and they stick to their roadmaps, and they come out and they do what they say they're going to do. And that was something that was really important to us. We wanted to come out with our pass. We wanted to give value out the gate. We wanted people to know what they were going to get and be able to see it and feel it and touch it. And then we wanted to instantly come out with our first project right behind it, which is the homies, just to kind of show, what we're about and what our vision is for the NFT industry.
And I got to say, your guys' websites, both of them, the crypto homies and this one, they look great. They look really good. So whoever designed these websites, excellent job. Because a lot of people, when they're looking, especially when it comes to NFT projects, the websites is huge. That's what keeps them checking them out. And your guys' websites look awesome.
Thank you,
Both of
brother.
them.
My partner Ronnie, is like one of the old school guys who was building websites back in the day. So we have a lot of with between our art team is great. We have there's my boy Tamale. What up, Tamale? He's actually our lead head mod, OG, the real deal Holyfield.
I think
Um,
I've met him in Discord.
yeah, he's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just our team is just solid, So I'm very lucky that we have people in the team who really, number one, who can really kind of get my vibe and my vision and help me bring it to realization, right? Which is always the toughest thing, right?
Oh
Is to
yeah.
be able to say to somebody, and even I come from the apparel world. I started in headwear, and I remember when I finally found this lady Renee, who was an old school milliner. So she had made hats. She knew how to. She was trained that she could look at something or you could tell her, she could draw it, she could cut it, she could sew it. And so she was like the most dream come true for me, because I was building these hats and I was building this business, and I could just tell her like, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I think it looks like, and she could bring it to life. And so I've been very lucky to always have, people around me who can help me bring my vision to life, and help me, hone my vision so that we could come out with something really tight. So I'm really proud of the website. That's why we didn't rush it. I'm really proud of our pass. I think I love it. It looks like it's this huge, like it's this huge neon sign, but it's really like a business card, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of thought that was dope. And I wanted to kind of give something to vibe back to Las Vegas. So my initial original idea was to do like one of those old school cheesy Vegas signs. But when
Oh, okay.
we really got to it, we thankfully Ziggy and the rest of the team, they're like, look, let's craft this and make it look super dope. And I think they came out with something really nice.
It looks pretty sick, man. Looks pretty good. And I agree with Arm to Fight You here. He says these are fire NFTs, exquisite graphics. I agree. They look awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you all for the love. I really appreciate it. Look, it's the, I everybody asks me like, how do I keep up my pace? How am I'm literally working harder than I've ever worked in my life. And even when I had 150 people working at my hat factory, I thought that I was working crazy, working from 6 a.m. till midnight. And that's 20 years ago. And I'm working now 6 a.m. till 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And so, and I do it for the community. I take the community on my shoulders, and I want to give them something that they're going to be stoked about and look back on and be like, yo, these guys really put in the time. These guys really put in the effort. Because, you see projects and they'll put out some art, and then the stuff comes out and it's not what you thought, or it's not what you think, and I just didn't want us to be that. I really wanted to give something that people would look at 10 years from now and go like, holy smokes, that's like sick.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
I think we've accomplished that.
They look good. They look really good. It looks like you guys have done some collabs.
Yeah, we did. This is a project called 400 Drums. They're out of Canada, and it has to do with the indigenous, the indigenous groups out there. And so they build out this sacred drum that's has different mushrooms in it and different live plants in it, and they create this dope drum that's like a ceremonial drum. And then we were the first time they did a collab. So they did a live streaming of this, and they painted a special drum for us that we're gonna actually get, and we're gonna put it up in our place in Las Vegas. It's
That is
really
cool.
beautiful. It's really beautiful. I don't know if the finished piece is there. It's probably somewhere in the Twitter or something, but it's glow in the dark. It's really gorgeous. I apologize. I don't know where it's at, but
Oh no, it's all good, man.
yeah,
Oh, right
there it
here
is.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, it came out just amazing, and those people are just wonderful people. They have a project. I minted their project, regardless of them doing this for us. I liked. I invest, and I buy NFTs from projects that I believe in the vision and the people behind them.
And
I
I
never.
like that. I like seeing projects help other projects out. That's cool. I like projects investing into other projects. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, everybody knows lately people have been making fun of me because I'm involved in a lot of spaces, and I mint in every space, and
Yeah,
it's just something I do not just out of respect, but out of the love for the NFTs and for the love of these projects. So I like to support. I've always been that way in the space, and even a lot of the things I did early on was helping people. How high are your socks, dude? What do you think, kid? My socks are as high up as possible, brother. I keep them 3 inches below my knee. But back in the day, at the beginning of these NFT things, I did so many Zooms with people, helping them get their first wallet. And I always told them, don't worry about minting anything I do. Just enjoy, go find something you like, get involved with the community you like, and go grab something. So I've always been just about building the community, not so much worrying about selling our project. I always felt like our project would speak for itself, and people would get behind it and fall in love with it.
That's awesome, man. So, is there anything that you'd like to share with the community? Like anything else that we didn't cover, we didn't go over? Because I, I I'm new to this project, and everything I've seen on it, I like, but of course, there's got to be something I'm missing here.
Like
Everything looks great.
you're trying to find the missing link.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, because did we go
No,
over everything that you would have liked to share?
yeah, I mean, like I said, the only thing I like to share is that I'm really proud of our team. I'm proud of the community. I'm just proud of how everybody is, behind us and believing in what we're doing. We're trying to build something long term, and I'm excited. This has really been a rebirth for me. I think I mentioned at the beginning, this NFT industry really brought life back into my life, and has made me feel what up. It really kind of just got me excited again. It was the first time in a long time. I mean, me and my partners, we have very successful businesses in the real world, and have had, a lot of fun building our different brands, our different companies. But as soon as I saw my first NFT, it I don't know, it just did something to me. And I was like, oh my God, these are like little toys. And, and it's funny, as of late, I've been buying a lot of these projects they're really dope, but let's say they're not expensive projects. They might be $1, $2, or $5. And I buy a bunch of them to use to give away on spaces and to gift people. And I'm like attached to them. It's like the weirdest thing. Like I'll go in my wallet and I'll be sending one out and I'll be like, yo, I'm like, I love this little guy, and I'm about to send it off. And I made a decision that when I gift out an NFT, I always start with my favorite one in that collection. So if I'm giving out a non-friendly troll, or I'm giving out a hater's chick, or a hater, or I'm giving out a stuffy bunny, or whatever I'm giving out, I always give out like the one I love the best first, because I'm like hoping that when I give that to that person, they'll have the same feeling I have.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome, man.
this is actually interesting page. This is some of our projects from NFA. So you can see the homies. You can see our Slash project with Slash and Guns N' Roses and Con Art.
Wow.
That's an amazing project. You can see our Ralph Sampson. Con Art is one of the original clothing brands that took graffiti and put it on clothes back in the late '80s, which is actually created by a guy by the name of Ash Hudson. And Ash is actually brothers with Slash. And so Con Art developed a lot of artwork for Guns N' Roses and for Slash and all their different stuff. The next row, you see that Go Show project. That's a toy project. I'll actually show you a physical one. This is a toy I developed back in the day, and
Oh, wow.
it's a platform vinyl toy, right? And what we would do is we would have different artists create their versions. So
Oh, those are sick.
we did about 500 of these different artists. So what we decided to do is we built the first ever DIY app that allows you to go into the app and upload your art onto our Go Show and create your own Go Show doll and then mint it into our collection. So
That is awesome.
yeah, we haven't launched it yet. We're actually gifting a Go Show as part of our NFA pass. So you'll get a Go Show doll. But the idea behind it is we want to have 1 million people design one and mint it into the collection. So it'll be like a truly generative, community developed design project.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's a great
yeah.
idea.
That app took us about a year to develop because of the roundness of the toy, and how do you place art, and how do you make it so that it actually comes together. So it took a really one of our partners, Ziggy, was able to really put that together with us with his team and just murdered it. That project, I think, it's gonna be amazing, and there'll be a physical component to that project as well. We'll actually let the community vote, and the pieces that they love the best will actually produce as a physical toy.
Wow.
Then you see our NFT rocks there. The one on the end is our temper dolls. That's an artist by the name of Cody Wayne. If you notice the look and feel, that it kind of looks like the Bratz toys.
Yeah.
So he was one of the original guys who came up with that vibe before the Bratz, and developed his whole photography around that. And then the next line goes into some of our fine art. So that's one of our Rembrandt pieces. That's actually a $60 million Rembrandt that was owned by Princess Diana. And so we've signed off. We have the rights to do derivative artwork as NFTs and to sell the physical painting with an NFT. So our goal one day is to actually sell that the original piece with an NFT. So it'll be I can't wait to see who actually steps up and ends up buying that. But I think it's going to happen, and we'll see like these fine art paintings. We have Raphael, Ergon Schiele, Titian, all these amazing artists that we're going to introduce to the Web3 community. And then these are the next three are the Kaufmans I was telling you about. You can see one of the superheroes there.
Yeah.
That's one of the superhero pieces. So again, we've already developed these all. This isn't like we're gonna come out and do it. We spent 18 months and put all of our resources into actually developing these things so that they're ready to go. And then on the next line is MOBA, which is really cool. It's actually a real museum called the Museum of Bad Art. And it's a collection of about 900 paintings that was started with somebody finding a painting on the side of the road that was not signed or not, had no identification of the artist. And they built this collection of what they call bad art. And so we got the rights to that brand, to the collection, and our plans are to launch it in our gallery, in the gallery in Vegas, and ultimately open up our own Museum of Bad Art museum in Vegas. Casasola has two photography collections, one that kind of documents the Mexican Revolution. That's just amazing. So our partner is the grandson of the photographer, or the great grandson of the photographer, and then the next one is a 900 piece collection of 1920s and 1930s movie stars that has never been seen or published. So that's a really dope collection. And then the final one in that roll is a deal that we did with a known toy brand, and we're going to be coming out with the physical statues tied to an NFT on the blockchain as a certificate of authentication. So you'll actually get that's like $1,000 statue, but it'll come with an NFT.
That is awesome.
And then the last two is Kickware. That's another one of the clothing brands that was like original streetwear brands back in the day. And that art that you see there is by an artist by the name of Doze Green. And if you're not familiar with Doze, you should look him up. He's like one of the original old school art dudes from back in the 90s. And that again is going to be a community designed art project. So the community will be able to design and make a piece based off of Doe's artwork and mint it into the collection. And then finally, which is one of my favorites actually, and it's something that was one of the first projects we were working on, was Crypto Poop. And
is that what that is?
Yeah,
that's cool.
and that guy was designed by a guy from Pixar. So we brought him in to kind of do all of our 3D rendering for us. And again, that's a project we'll come out with down the line. But that's kind of like a taste of the projects that we have already in the works and that we developed. And again, we decided that once we launch our pass, that our first project we would actually come out with would be the homies.
Man, these projects all look really great. I'm impressed. You guys got some really good stuff going on, man.
Yeah, look, we decided not to rush, right? We decided to put our resources to work, put our money to work, really build. And we wanted to build something that people would look at and be blown away by, and not something that we would tell people, hey, we're promising we're going to do this, or we're going to come out with this, or this is going to come. We're ready to go. We've done it. We built it. It's ready, and it's all coming together. And it's really this next 60 days is going to be our coming out party. We're going to launch with our pass, and then right behind it, we're going to launch with our homies. And within 3 or 4 months, we're going to have our grand opening at our place in Vegas. It's real exciting. This is like, and really, people always say, like, what do you want to come out of all this? And really for our core group, if the legacy we leave behind the NFT space is that we were able to introduce Web 2 to Web 3, that's where we want our mark to be, because the idea is in Vegas that we can bring in 10 to 20,000 people a month into Web 3, who had no idea what we were doing. This is just a sampling of our projects. We have about 200 projects that are already connected to us as project partners to our venue in Vegas. And all these projects have special utility connected to our spot, whether it's being able to do events there, whether it's letting their NFT holders be able to access our gallery, our immersive gallery, for free. And so we just started to put them up. We literally have 200 projects. My goal is that by the time we launch the pass in the next few weeks, we'll have over 200 up on the site.
That is great, man.
You come back tomorrow, you're going to see 10 more. It's just a matter of our resources and time right now, because we're really focusing now on launching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a really a deep dive. Where's the NFT compound? D Los is acting Las Vegas, baby.
I think he just wanted to let everybody know it's in Vegas, baby.
He's like asking, like, "Yo, dude, you didn't say where it is." There's Bree. That's another one of our mods. What up, Bree? Let's go.
Mods repping crypto, homies harder.
Go for it.
Mods repping crypto, homies harder than a Senora selling tamales out back on 89 Honda and 95.
Let's go.
Racket, what's going on? What's going on?
All these people are so rad.
So in 1 year's time, but I ask this to everybody, in 1 year's time, where do you see your project at?
Well, in 1 year's time, I see the homies, we're going to be 2 to 3 drops down with our different mints. I'm hoping that our generative collection is going to come out. I'm hoping that people will, I'm not going to drop too much alpha, but we're there's going to be some kind of IP rights to some of the generative stuff. We're hoping people will be able to go out there and do some cool projects with it. I'm hoping that we'll expand the homies universe to some of the other characters Dave's created. He has the Mijos, he has the homie clowns, he has the homie pinups, he's got the dog pound. He's got a lot of different projects. What am I missing? The zombies. So all the different things that we have, I'm hoping that we'll expand that universe out. And sky's the limit. Everybody talks about the metaverse, which we definitely are going to do stuff. I don't like to talk about it as much as just talk about really what's here and now. But we're definitely working on metaverse stuff. One of the other key projects, collaborations is with Rumble. I don't know if you're familiar with Rumble, but Rumble allows you to anoint. And by the way, here's some alpha, because I don't think the homies know this. We're a sponsored project inside of Rumble. So homies is now part of the Rumble community. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to anoint your NFT and then utilize your NFT inside of their games. And it actually gives equity to the NFT. So if at any time you sell it, it actually has equity within their ecosystem. So it's really cool. It's a really dope thing. They're doing a really great team over there. They've been working on it for years. And so that's another one of our collaborations that we have going on.
Man, that's awesome. That just keeps getting better and better every time you mention something else, man. This is cool.
I appreciate it, bro. Listen, I appreciate you giving people this platform and, allowing people to come and talk about their projects. I mean, that's pretty remarkable what you're doing and letting people know what we're up to. I think that's, I want to give you flowers and let you know how much we appreciate it. And I know our community appreciates it. And I know that the other projects you talk to appreciate. So if you don't get that love from people, know that people need this kind of thing. We need to be seen. That's one of the big things I think that's missing the space, is actually people being able to see the faces behind these projects and be able to really hear them and understand their passion for what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole goal with this YouTube thing. I mean, look, you got to explain your project. I can show what you're talking about on here. That's great. And thank you for showing up.
Yes. Thank you.
I mean, You got anything else you'd like to go over? We don't
So
have no questions for the chat.
I'll just show you one of my favorite little homies. This is my good luck charm. I don't know if you guys can see it out there,
Yeah, you can
but
see it.
it's really small and it's funny. I always tell people the story about this. I wanted this guy so badly, and when that came out, I would go to the vending machine. I'd put so much money, I would never get one. And finally, I met a dude who had one. He charged me, I'm talking in 2002 or 2003, $150 for that little toy.
Dang.
And I've had it with me on my desk for 20 years, every business I've started. And it's funny, I actually recreated that as a big toy for the
That's
homie.
cool.
So, it's kind of like it's kind of been my little good luck charm, even when I haven't been doing toys or I haven't been, in the scene. I always kept that homie with me as just like a reminder of my past and my love for what I did, and the idea that I get to do this again and spread some joy. And I'll tell you, one of the coolest things is being in a space and somebody freaking out and realizing, oh my God, you guys are doing the homies. And they're like, yo, at Christmas time, my uncle sets up a whole Christmas scene and he uses homies as the characters. And it's like, that makes me feel so good, because that was me. It still is me. I've got 100 homies around my desk. You'd be shocked. My whole office is toys. But yeah, I'm blessed and really, listen, I'm lucky that I get to do this, and I'm lucky that I get to work with such a dope, to work with David, to work with Caesar, to work with Anthony, his son, and build this relationship with Anthony, and let Anthony kind of take the brand in a whole new direction. What does it say? Half head has one too.
It said half head has one too.
What does he have? A half a head? Half head is one of our people in our community, one of our mods. And we actually gave him the name Half Head because when we would be on Zoom, I'd only always see half his head. And his name is Chip Dog. And I just said, yo, Half Head. And it kind of stuck. So it's kind of like a fraternity kind of a thing when you give a name to somebody. So he's now Half Head.
When you mentioned the clowns, man, it just brought back I forgot all about that whole collection. I forgot about the clowns and the zombies, all those, man. He's got so many collections of those things.
If you take a look in the Twitter somewhere, you'll see we just did a new one called the Cyborgs. And
is it under the homies?
Yeah, it's under homies. Yeah, it's under homies. And we just did a cyborg, which is sick. And I don't know where it's going to be there, but you'll have to kind of scroll down and see it. But yeah, some of the new stuff that we kind of expanded on is just crazy. Let's see where it is here. That's actually a winner of our art contest. We do a lot of up a little bit.
Right here?
Yeah, so we did a contest, hand-drawn contest, and this was one of the winners. Super dope.
El Chaka Grande is the man. Thanks for the hey, no problem. You guys are always welcome here. And in the future, man, when you guys are progressing,
the little dog, I got you.
Oh,
he's saying that he's got the little dog. He's just a copycat. I bet he went out. I bet Half Head went and bought that after he knew I had it.
In the future, man, when you guys are coming out with different stuff, just hit me up. I'd love to have you back on and talk about the future of this project. This actually, all the stuff you got going on, the art, and the art's what really got me, and the nostalgia, dude. This has got me pumped. I'm excited for this project, man.
Brother, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Thank you everybody for coming here and supporting and hanging. That's a cyborg.
Oh yeah, that's sick too.
Yeah, that was just like a little sneak peek of the cyborg. You can see the skin where it's peeling out.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so we really, like I said, I think people, when they see the whole collection, I think people are going to go crazy. I'm trying not to show everything off. We tend to show sneak peeks a lot, but I think that people are going to be really surprised when they see the whole thing and what we've come up with.
That's what we Pablo from Merced. And he says even more excited now.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so you'll definitely be seeing me around. Hopefully, you'll see more people from this community. Check out their Discord. Check out this project. It's got a lot going on, as you can see. And if you are from my generation, you know what the crypto homies are.
Yeah, brother, I appreciate you.
Definitely check them out.
All
Well,
right.
I don't want to keep you too long. You know, it's been an hour.
It feels like it's been 10 minutes, but dude,
It flew by, right?
it totally flew by. It's fun. It's fun to like walk through it and talk to somebody about it and actually, kind of get to share and show what we're doing. That's a really dope piece. That's actually a Japanese rapper by the name of John Doe. And we did this collaboration with him. He's got a clothing line in Japan called Indica and Sativa. So we did a legendary piece with him. He was introduced to us through Ash at Con Art, and the guy, in Japan, the homies culture is like hardcore. Like and same in Australia. You wouldn't believe it. In Australia, you have people who are like what you would think is a homie. They live that life. They look like it. They're into the lowrider scene, but they go extreme. It's like the
Oh,
people who
wow.
are into Elvis in Japan. They live in
Yeah,
the 50s. There's a whole homies culture, and in Japan also there's a huge homies culture. So he's a rapper. He's worked with a lot of people on Death Row and whatever, Death Row Records back in the day. So we kind of gave him some love and we did that Indica piece.
that's
Another one
sweet.
of our one of one legendaries.
That is awesome. I'm just kind of scanning through, just checking it out. You guys got a lot of stuff. I can't believe I'm just barely hearing about this project.
Yeah, brother. We've been grinding for like we kind of started. I started on Spaces on April 22nd. So that's when I really started to get out there. We started our community maybe 3 months or 4 months before that, and started to build really organically, building our Discord, trying to get people from the Facebook side of things, and kind of get them over to Web3, which is it's a challenge for a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people who are supporting us aren't even in our Discord. They're not on Twitter. They're huge fans of the homies. They hit me up. They're like, "Yo, just here's my wallet. We want to mint, but we're not integrated over there." And I understand. You know what I mean? It's definitely a different beast. Being inside of that's the Doogie. But being inside of Twitter, being inside of Discord, it's not for everybody. I get it.
Yeah,
But I feel like we have a solid community. We built it the right way. We built it on from real homies and really building that friendship and homie vibe. Oh yeah, sorry, brother. I was gonna mention homie radio. I wasn't gonna leave it out. So the homies in the Discord, it was basically just to shout them out. T Lokes to Tamale, L Dog, J Money, A Moreno, Bree, Shy, Crypto Kyle. This whole crew basically put together what we call homies radio. And like one night they call me and they're like, "Yo, come on Twitter." And so on Saturday nights, they do a homies radio from 7 p.m. till about 10 p.m. Pacific time. They kick back. We play old school West Coast music and homies music. And then at 10:30, Halfhead, who I mentioned, he has his Halfhead show, and we do a Halfhead show from about 10:30 till about 1:30 or when everybody passes out. Um,
what does the half head show consist of? Like, what kind of show are we talking?
same thing, music, talking. And my favorite part of that show is we have L Dog, who's an old school homie. He does a history of food. So every week he does a history of some Mexican food, taco, burrito, tamale, and it's my favorite part because I always make fun of him because like where do you get your info from? It's always from Google, but it's like the taco was created in 10,000 BC. It's always amazing, and it's actually something I really look forward to because it's really just a time to chill. We listen to music. A lot of West Coast, a lot of Snoop, a lot of oldies. It's really fun, and I recommend everybody out there. If you're not into Discord and you don't want to jump in the Discord, jump into Twitter, come hang with us on a Saturday night. It's totally chill. We have fun, keep it real.
And then they're saying we've seen some of them at the LA Super Show, the Japanese homies.
Yeah, I think she's talking about like the hardcore Japanese homies that are into lowriders and stuff.
Are you going to the LA NFT coming up at the end of July?
You talked about in August, beginning of August,
or beginning of August? Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually speaking there. I'm a speaker there, and the crypto homies are up for an award.
Awesome, man. Because I'm going to be there. I'm only 45 minutes from there. I'm going to be there live streaming. So, maybe we'll catch up.
If you're going to be doing something, you're interviewing, I'd love to come by and say, yo, we're actually, I'm hoping to have a couple lowriders there on display. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff over there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll stop by because my plan is just to be checking it all out, kind of live streaming it on the channel just so everybody can get a feel for it.
Are you already connected over there?
No, not yet. I mean, I bought the tickets, but I'm not. I talked to a lady in the Twitter space about getting
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah. So if you need help with that, just DM me. Carrie's another legend. She's rad, and her company and what they're doing is rad. And we're super tight with her. So if you need some love over there, let me know.
Cool. And I'll hit you up, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely get you connect.
That is awesome. And I'm going to be dropping by checking out that the homies radio. That sounds cool, man.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fly. It's totally chill. Like I said, it's like with all the spaces I do every week, that's like my favorite thing, just to relax. Yeah. It's like my time to just kind of chill, and we have a lot of fun with it. And like I said, it's West Coast vibe, West Coast flavor. But we have fun, and it's cool just to unwind after a crazy week with the homies.
That's awesome, man. It was awesome having you on. Awesome seeing your project. It's really interesting. I'm really digging the art. I'm digging everything about it. You guys got a lot of good stuff going on. Thank you. That was cool. I'm sure the community, at least my community, I'm sure they're learning a lot about this, and they found a nice little gem here.
I appreciate it. If you send us the link, please. We'll definitely put it up and promote it. The rebroadcast.
Definitely. No problem at all. I'll shoot it on Discord.
Yeah, we'll definitely promote it for you and get it out there. And like I said, brother, you're doing a great service to the community and to the NFT community, giving us a platform to talk and share. And I truly appreciate it, man.
Cool. So that's really all I got. If there's you got anything else you want, or any closing comments that you'd like to?
Homies for life, baby. That's all.
Homies for life.
Homies for life. That's how we do it.
Cool. And everybody in the chat, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Go check out the Crypto Homies. All the links are in the description. I believe, did you have a link tree?
Oh yeah. 100%.
So the link tree.
Yep,
go ahead.
There. No, I was just say, make sure when you guys are ready to mint, whether it's our project or any other project, always use official links. Go into the Discord and grab the official links, or go to our page, go to our link tree, go to our website. Never just click on something because you see somebody saying the homies are minting. We'll never post something up like that with some funky different URL. It's always going to be straightforward, and I don't want anybody to. I just had a friend of mine who just hit me up. He thought he was buying a Supreme Kong and hit a link, and he bought he thought he was getting this great deal on a Supreme Kong and got his money stolen. So I always tell people, they're just always use official links. So that'll be my final saying for everything.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you for stopping by. I look forward to having you back on the channel in the future. You guys check out this project. I really like it. So you guys have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. You guys, thank you for showing up.
Peace.
Awesome. This was awesome.
Later, homies.